In a small village, there lived a young dog named Bruno. He was kind-hearted and full of energy, but he had one major weakness. He always depended on other dogs to make decisions for him. Whether it was choosing a place to sleep, finding food, or even crossing the road, Bruno always waited for his pack to lead the way. His owner, an old and wise man, noticed this habit and grew concerned. One evening, as they sat outside, the old man gently patted Bruno's head and said, "Tomorrow morning, I want to show you something important." Curious but unaware of what his owner had in mind, Bruno wagged his tail and agreed. The next morning, they walked to a dense forest near their village. As they moved deeper, the old man pointed at a strong, tall tree and asked, "Bruno, how do you think this tree stands so strong?" Bruno tilted his head and barked, "Because it gets water from the ground and sunlight from the sky." The old man smiled. "That's true, but imagine if this tree depended on another tree to grow. What do you think would happen?" Bruno was puzzled. If a tree leans on another tree for support, it will never grow strong on its own. And the moment that tree falls, it will fall too. Bruno's ears perked up as he listened carefully. Then they walked further until they reached a deep well. The old man picked up a small stone, dropped it inside, and asked, "Did you hear that?" Bruno barked, "Yes." It hit the water. The old man smiled. "Now, imagine if this stone refused to fall because it was waiting for another stone to go first. Would it ever reach the water?" Bruno shook his head. "That's exactly what I'm trying to tell you, my friend. You keep waiting for others to lead you. But life doesn't work that way. If you always depend on others, you will never find your own strength." Bruno stood there, thinking deeply. He realized how many times he had hesitated, afraid to take the first step without someone guiding him. That day, Bruno decided to change. He stopped waiting for his pack to decide for him. He learned to find his own food, cross roads carefully, and even explore new places on his own. It was difficult at first. He made mistakes, got lost sometimes, and even felt scared. But with each step, he became stronger and more confident. Years later, Bruno became the leader of his pack, admired by all the village dogs. One day, a young pup approached him and asked, "Bruno, what is the secret to your courage?" Bruno wagged his tail and said, "The day I stopped depending on others and took charge of my own life, everything changed. If you want to grow strong, stop waiting. Take the first step today."